Here is an important fact that needs to be made. Spirituality, Creator, God, nature, is way more complex than human beings think. But what the problem is that it's a complex design of the way human beings think, along with every other thing in the way that they think. In the universal mind, it is all entangled within each other. And in that way, we are spiritually one and physically one. But most people can't sense the physically one because they can't expand their mind farther than what they've been known to be taught. And at one point, there was no such thing as a physical virus. It was just people being so afraid of something that they would cause themselves physical harm with their thoughts. Now, on a whole, we create nature, and nature creates us. In turn, we are both the same. We are part of nature. So the way that we act as a whole, as our world together functioning, thinking, how if people think the world is falling apart, or people think the world is looking beautiful, or people think everything is great, people have thought less and less and less of the world and how beautiful it is. And they've thought more and more of how worse and how bad and how unfortunate it is to be on earth. And the more we thought negative, the more negative things happen. The more we fear, the more fear manifests. So yes, fear will manifest in a physical way. But the reason that there is a physical virus is because people feared it so much they brought it into play, into nature. And we, nature, for some reason, the people that have developed things like that are only because they're part of nature and something makes them do it, farther than they would even understand why it would make them do it. But it's because of the way people think and the way people fear that project everything in some way to do what it does. So now, with that being said, yes, there is a physical virus. But the reason I've been saying stuff about there is no virus, is because if you can instill that in your mind, you can, mind over matter, be healthy through a sickness. But a lot of people don't know that. I only know that because I've stayed healthy through every time I've ever seen anybody around me getting sick. I've stayed healthy because I never have thought that you can get a virus from somebody else. And whether or not other people do, right in front of you, if you just know it within yourself that it cannot happen to you, it really does work that way. And most people just don't have that depth of mind to think it. So when you tell them something like that, they're like, oh, that's a real fun way to think. But it's not. The point is, it's the right way to think. It's the right way to use your mind. It's your mind. You have to be in control of it. You can't let other people tell you what to put in it, and the thoughts that come into it are what you introduce into it. Because our world is connected through TVs and whatever, everything that comes up in our minds pops out in front of us, and we see it, we expose ourselves to it, and it develops some way because we think of it. And it's either in the front of our minds or in the back of our minds. And we have a lot of things on the front of our minds that are very negative, and it's happening. So start clearing the way you think and start acting better. Start doing better things. Don't worry about sitting and watching a series of bloody movies. Instead of doing that, get out and do something fresh and pure. Because what do you want the rest of your life to be? Sitting and watching bloody movies? Are we a morbid people like that? Then that's what the world is going to be turning into. If you don't understand why, think about what you're doing and what you're preferring to view and watch and do, and watch what's happening in reality. Please think about what I'm saying and don't just blow it off. That's how it works. Use your mind. As hard as it may seem sometimes, use your mind to the best of your ability. And if you can't yet, learn a little better. It's worth the effort. I love this. I love this world. I love you guys. So, until next time, peace.